Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So if I'm sharing my screen, I can't see participants right now, guys.
You mean outside participants or us?
No, I could see everyone. We're live right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ari Ruiz, Director of Fitness and Wellness at Bronx House. Today we'll be going through our fitness management component of our COVID-19 four-part series. Today, our presenter is Myrna, who is a scientist and holistic nutritionist. She's going to be taking us through this presentation. And at the end, we're going to go through a short meditation by Michelle Whitney. Also, I would like to wish a happy birthday to our presenter, Myrna, who is presenting on her birthday. Thank you. And Myrna, please take it away.
Okay, thank you, Ari. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending. This is, as Ari said, part 3 of our 4-part series on health and wellness. Today, we are going to focus on COVID-19 and stress management. Just a few housekeeping. Ari will manage the chat, and Tamika, my friend and associate, she's going to manage the Q&A. You could put your questions there, and we'll get to questions at the end. We actually have a special guest, Michelle Whitney, who's a spiritual healer and a Reiki practitioner, who's going to take us through some guided meditation. So we're going to get started now. So as Ari mentioned, I am a research scientist and a holistic nutritionist and a health and wellness coach. I've been working in science for over 25 years. Currently, I manage a biochemistry lab in a major cancer hospital in New York City. Through personal experience dealing with health issues and that of family members, I decided I wanted to learn more and have more of an integrative and complementary alternative approach to health and well-being. So I obtained my degree in holistic nutrition and complementary alternative medicine, as well as a certified life coach person. So I like to focus on the principle of natural healing, which basically blends modern science with wisdom of ancient healing. And the principles: first, do no harm, harness the healing power of nature, identify the causes of disease, and treat the whole person, not just the symptom, and be a teacher, and also focus on prevention. Just a disclaimer: all the information provided in this presentation are just for educational purposes, and they're not to be construed as medical advice. And if you do need medical advice, please contact your healthcare practitioner. In terms of COVID-19, I just want to make it clear there are no miracle food, drugs, vitamins, minerals, or supplements that could treat, prevent, or cure COVID-19 right now. As I said, the information provided here is to help support your body, the natural innate immune system, by providing it with nutrients and other products that could help with optimal health and well-being. One second. So I just wanted to recap from our first webinar. We discussed the facts, safety, and resources of COVID-19. So basically, COVID-19 is the disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is a part of a family of coronavirus. Corona means crown, and it's known as a zoonotic. Basically, it spreads across species. So this virus is very infectious. It spreads from person to person. As I mentioned, there's no cure or vaccine at the moment. So our best practices is to follow social distancing rules, wearing a mask, washing your hands, proper hygiene. And we also discussed flattening the curve, what this means in terms of not overwhelming our healthcare system. And this virus does not discriminate. It infects everyone, all age group. And if you wanted to get more information, you could contact the Department of Health. And also you could watch the replay at the site listed below. In our second webinar, we discussed how to support your immune system and what to eat. So the immune system is very complex and has many different systems of the body. And it's important to support your immune system to reduce the risk of chronic disease. And the body, as I said, has an innate ability to heal itself when provided with the right nutrients. So we discussed a few vitamins, which are key and essential, vitamin A, C, D, E, and K for your immune support, and select minerals, which are also important for your immune system. We also discussed your gut health, antioxidants, and eating healthy foods, and a list of foods that you can buy in bulk. So the replay for this webinar is available in the link provided as well. So today we're going to focus on stress. So we hear a lot about stress, but what exactly is stress? So stress is a normal reaction of the body that happens when there is change. So stress can be positive in terms of keeping us alert and avoiding danger. So think of if you're competing in a sport, you will get an adrenaline rush. That's a positive stress response. But stress has a lot of physical responses in the body as well, emotional and mental, and affects, as here you can see, your mind, body, emotional, and behavior. In the body, you can see migraines, pain, sleep disorder, muscle weakness. You could have issues with your skin or digestion. In your mind, you worry, you have negative thoughts, you're forgetful or distressed. Emotional, feeling loneliness, hopelessness, apprehension, anger. And behavior, you'll have lack of appetite, insomnia. You might want to eat more or eat less, or drink or do drugs. So COVID-19 is stress. So this pandemic actually creates a lot of stress. I know a lot of people are having issues in terms of coping with all these changes. Because it's a novel virus, there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of work to be done in learning more about the virus and how it behaves and what we can do to develop a vaccine. But this takes time. So in the meantime, you know, a lot of people may feel isolated, alone. There's loss of income. You're feeling restricted, concerns about your health, anxiety, worry, despair. All these things are amplified in terms of COVID-19. So I wanted to just go over some basics of how stress affects your body, and then we'll discuss a few remedies that we could apply and things that we can do to relieve stress naturally. So as I said, stress causes a physical response in your body. It induces stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. And this can cause an increase in heart rate, trouble breathing. You have an increase in insulin production, and you also have an increase of blood sugar. And it can weaken your immune system. You can have high blood pressure, an increase of risks of heart attack, strokes, headache, and insomnia. And you can see you have trouble with your brain, mood, mind fog, your skin. You could have acne, tissue issues with tissue repair in your joints. You'll have inflammation and more pain and achiness, muscle tightness. You have trouble eating as well. It could affect your reproductive system by reducing certain hormones. And the key thing here is it does affect your immune system and increases your risk of becoming ill. So it's important to manage your stress. And just to reiterate how it can be a vicious cycle in the body. So you have a stress response. It can cause inflammation, chronic inflammation, which can cause cell damage and tissue damage. And this damage of your tissue induces a physical stress response, and it's a continuous cycle. So it's important to try to manage your stress levels. So, and in terms of the immune system, it can, as I said, it can be positive. You get alert signal, and your brain actually produces cortisol and other hormones, and this could work to suppress your immune system as well, and you could get the flight or fight response, which you have increased blood pressure, heart rate, and blood sugar. And then all of these, if it's not managed long term, it can increase your risk for chronic disease. So what are some of the natural remedies for stress? So there's many different things you can do to reduce your stress naturally. You could, there are different minerals and herbs. So I'll go over a few of them today. Minerals like magnesium, there's hormones such as melatonin. There are something called adaptogen herbs, which are natural plants, which are designed to work to help your body reduce stress and anxiety. Vitamin B complex, diet, exercise, essential oil, deep breathing. Those are all some of the techniques we'll touch on briefly today. So as I mentioned, so one important thing that we have to realize is sleep. Sleep is essential for your body in terms of healing and recharging and resetting. It helps your brain get rid of toxic chemicals, helps with your memory, helps with your body resetting and giving your organs a chance to rest and recover. And in terms of sleep and melatonin, so melatonin is a hormone produced by the brain in the pineal gland. So it is triggered by light. So during the day, you tend to get less melatonin, and at night you get an increase. And this is what makes you more sleepy and tired. So, and as you can see, it works with the sleep cycle, and it also works with cortisol, which is a stress hormone. So you can see here the black line, as cortisol goes up, and cortisol has a positive thing, and it's the hormone that wakes you up in the morning, and you'll get less melatonin here. Whereas at night, you get an increase in melatonin and less cortisol. So melatonin is one of those things you can actually take externally if you're having trouble with sleep. It will help you with insomnia as well. So mineral that's important that help with rest and restoring your body is a magnesium. Now this has a lot of biochemical components, and it supports chronic inflammation, reducing it. It helps with reducing obesity and aging. It helps with boosting your body in terms of exercising, fighting depression. It can help with type 2 diabetes, lower your blood pressure, help with migraines as well. So this is a very good mineral that you can take to help with not only your physical, but your emotional state in terms of dealing with stress. Another major vitamin is vitamin B. There's a complex of vitamin B. Last week, we went over all of the other vitamins, which are key. All the vitamins and minerals have multiple functions, but vitamin B is one of those vitamins complex that gets depleted quickly, especially when you're stressed out. And there's different types. So it's vitamin B1, which is important for your nervous system and your mental health. B3 is with your nervous system, your digestive system. B12 is also good for your brain health, and B6 and B9, which is folic acid, will help with energy and depression. So I just put in one slide in terms of foods that can be helpful in reducing stress. This is a broad subject, and we could go into it further later on in a different talk, but basically there are certain foods that help reduce your stress levels because they have antioxidants. They have the minerals and vitamins that your body needs. Some things you could focus on is like whole grain, which is complex carbs, meaning, things that have fiber in them as well. Leafy greens. Dark chocolate is good. Dark chocolate should be at least 80% or higher, not the milk chocolate that has a lot more sugar in it. Red wine is actually good. It has powerful antioxidants, but 1 glass a day should be sufficient. Staying hydrated is also important. And like I mentioned before, leafy greens, they tend to have a lot of different components that help with their depression. So in terms of herbs, I mentioned a few herbs that I'll talk about. So adaptogen herbs are basically natural herbs that have chemicals in them that support your body's relaxation and stress levels. So ashwagandha is an ancient herb that's been used for thousands of years in Eastern medicine, and is also known as Indian ginseng or winter cherry. And it helps with boosting your brain function. It could lower your cortisol level. It could help reduce inflammation and manage symptoms of depression. So valerian root is another herb that's good for managing anxiety and depression. Is known as it's nature's Valium. You know, when people are anxious and depressed or having some emotional issues, they get Valium from their doctor. So valerian root is like Valium. And it's basically has sedative properties that reduces stress, both physical and mental. So it helps stabilizes your mood, and it also helps improve your sleep. Now, turmeric is a super herb, and it has a lot of medicinal property, and it has a lot of different things. But it also has active ingredient of curcumin, which is polyphenol, which basically means it's a plant component that does a lot of things in your body. But one of the important things is it reduces stress, and it reduces inflammation, and it helps with stimulating new brain cells. So this is a great spice to use in cooking. It has many benefits. So I just wanted to touch base on aromatherapy a little bit. So aromatherapy there is a science behind aromatherapy, and it's a holistic method that's been used for thousands of years in many different cultures. It's basically plant extracts, which are used in the form of essential oils, and you could put them in diffusers, inhalers, bath salts, creams, and lotions as well. And aromatherapy is great. I actually like it because it touches on your mind, body, and spirit, and it does have biochemical properties as well. So basically, if you inhale essential oil, and what it does, the vapor goes in your nerve, activates the nerves of in your nose system, and then it actually activates certain features in your brain, which in terms of memory, cognitive processing, it reduces your aggression levels as well. So there is a science behind aromatherapy as well. But also a key thing, essential oils are a plant's natural defense mechanism. So they have a lot of antimicrobial properties, which are beneficial as well. So just to go over a couple of them, lavender is another great herb. I know a lot of people use lavender, and it's very relaxing and calming. It reduces stress, anxiety, and it helps improve sleep. Lemon balm is another one, and it's part of the mint family, and it smells like lemons actually, and it's known for reducing pain and helping with cognitive functions and insomnia. Exercise is another great thing, because what it does is it has the ability to help reduce your stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, but it also boosts endorphins, which actually makes you feel better, and it helps with your blood circulation and sleep as well. So these are just a few examples of things you can do at home just to help with your overall health simple exercise. And you can find a lot of these things online, like free YouTube videos, simple exercises you could do at home. So, and just to transition a little bit, so in terms of the physical response, there's also a mind-body connection in reducing stress, which is actually very important. They go hand in hand. And this is just an example of a few things that you can do in terms of doing a body scan, doing deep breath meditations as well. And Michelle, as I mentioned, is gonna lead us through a bit more about that. So in terms of meditation, so meditation is like the mental exercise for your mind and emotional state, as exercise is for your physical body. So in terms of meditation, there are different methods. There's 3 modes: concentration, observation, and awareness. And there's deep breathing techniques as well. So I am going to turn over the talk to Michelle Whitney, who is a spiritual healer, a Reiki practitioner, and she is going to guide us through a meditation. So Michelle?
Yes, thanks, Myrna.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and happy birthday to you. So real quickly, just want to let everyone know. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but okay. Just real quickly, my name again is Michelle Whitney. I am a spiritual teacher, spiritual healer, and wellness advocate. I operate my business, Purple Lotus Zen, from my home in Yonkers, New York. And I provide weekly programs in Reiki and meditation circles. I also do tarot and tea and a women's healing circle. And those are programs throughout the week. They're ongoing. I also provide services in intuitive card readings, dream interpretation, Reiki, energy clearing, and chakra balancing, just to name a few. And those can be done privately, remotely, or virtually. And so Myrna has all my contact information, ways that you can contact me. So like Myrna said, it's wonderful meditation. Some people get scared with it, but I'm going to show you a simple exercise that you can do. It's simply breathing and focusing on your breath, right? So breathing is the easiest and the fastest way to bring oneself to calm. So we're all experiencing stress. So even for someone like myself, I experience everything that Myrna mentioned earlier. So I am experiencing, the sleep issues, stress levels rising, and but breathing is something that is quick and easy and everyone can do, right? So we can further the effects to bring ourselves calm simply by just placing our hands on our body, and that's just for soothing. And I'll take you through the steps briefly. That's the other thing. So stress affects the mind, like Myrna said, the body and the spirit. So when doing this exercise, we can treat all 3 at once, okay? And we can use this method any time of the day. So, so often times when either we're presenting or if you're a lawyer, you're arguing your case, there's sometimes where we're forced to take a break and told, well, maybe you should count to 10 or take a breather. But we're not taught how to breathe. And so counting to 10, we often still hold our breath either in our throat or in our chest, and it really doesn't do much. So I'm going to show you and take you through a simple process of how you can use counting to 10 to get yourself back to calm and center, okay? And also clearing your mind, all right? So we're going to begin, and I want you to just simply sit down comfortably, and you can do this technique whether you're driving, if you need to remove yourself, maybe during a break time from a meeting or a project that you're working on. So how you would do it if you're driving, you're stuck in traffic, you would do the breathing exercise. You wouldn't place your hands on your chest. We're going to cover 2 chakras, and we're going to place our hand on our heart chakra and on the top of our belly, which is the solar plexus. And so with the heart chakra, it has to do with love, and it has to do with forgiveness, also healing, right? And then the solar plexus, which is right on the top of our stomach, and we can think of the solar plexus as when we have those butterflies. So this is excellent for when you're going to present. You do this beforehand, right? So you get those butterflies in your stomach, and you get the knots in your throat. So it's really comforting when we just place our hands on our chest and on top of our stomach, and we're just going to set the intention of just soothing and healing ourselves. So think of it like when we embrace someone, right? So yeah, it's great. How many times do we actually hug ourselves? So this is a simple way of basically giving yourself that hug that you would give someone else, right? So we're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to hold our breath while we have our hands in this position. Solar plexus also is for our intuition. So that's the connection with the butterflies in your stomach, right? So that's standing in your truth, standing in yourself, having that courage, to go to do whatever it is that you need to do, right? So if you see, I have the chakras behind me. So if you want to focus on colors, green is actually the heart chakra, yellow is the solar plexus. Okay, I won't go in too deep about that because the point of the segment is just for the meditation. And I know a lot of people get scared when you say meditation and they think, oh, well, I can't do it, right? They think they cannot do it. But what we're going to do, meditation is focusing your mind. And it's not saying that you're going to, not for this segment, to wipe everything out from your mind, but controlling our mind and controlling and focusing our attention on our breath is what the principle is of meditation. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So when we do the inhale through the nose, we're not going to do it hard. Okay, everything's going to be gentle. So a gentle inhale through the nose. You're going to try to get that breath. When you hold it, try to bring it down into your belly if you can. Some of us are, it takes practice. You may hold it in your throat or in your chest. So with every repetition, we're going to do 10, right? So we're going to count to 10, and we're going to do that. You're going to try to bring it further and further down into your belly. Your belly should expand. Your lungs and rib cage should expand. Okay. We're going to hold that breath, and then we're going to exhale out through the mouth. Again, it's a controlled breath. So think of when you blow out candles. So when you blow out candles, it's a controlled breath. So you try to have a steady breath so that you can extinguish the flame. Another way of thinking of it is on the exhale, controlling your breath, picture a balloon in front of you, and you want to push the balloon away from you, but with a slow, steady breath, we'll be able to. If we just go, it's not going to get anywhere, right? The candles won't be extinguished. The balloon won't go anywhere. The same goes with the inhale. You're not really going to feel the benefits if we're just, raising our chest and bringing the air into. You want to get it slow, steady, and as far deep into your abdomen as possible. Okay. So of course, in the beginning, it's going to take some time, but we're going to do this 10 times. And I will be counting. So we're going to take in a breath through the nose and inhale through the nose for a count of 4, right? We're just going to count in our mind. We're going to hold that breath for a count of 7. And then we're going to exhale out through the mouth for a count of 8. Do not worry and do not stop and do not give up if you cannot, if you have to exhale sooner, if you can't take in too much. Just do what you can, Okay, so you can close your eyes or you can focus on something in front of you. It's really it doesn't matter whether eyes are open or eyes are closed. Okay, of course, eyes closed makes it more so that you're focusing on your breath and not being distracted. But of course, if you're doing this while you're driving, you're not going to close your eyes. Okay, so let us begin. Sit comfortably. And you don't have to place your hands on your chest, but just for that extra and so that you're feeling your breath being down and you're experiencing everything. One hand on your chest, on top of your chest, and the other one on your belly. Okay? And so make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. We don't want our shoulders up, right? We want to relax. And that's the whole purpose of this, to relax. Try to relax all the muscles in your face, so no scrunching, right? So this is going to be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. This is self-care, self-love. All right, so let us begin. We're going to inhale for a count of 4. Hold our breath for a count of 7. Exhale out the mouth for a count of 8. Again, inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 7. Exhale for a count of 8 out the mouth. Okay, you ready to do that twice? So we're going to do it again, right? Number 3. Inhale for a count of 4 through the nose. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale out the mouth for a count of 8. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and all the face muscles are also relaxed. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath. Exhale out the mouth for a count of 8. Again, inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold. Exhale out the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose for a count of 4. Hold for a count of 7. And exhale out the mouth for a count of 8. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. All the muscles in your face are relaxed. And if you can, close your eyes and inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. And exhale out the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Hold your breath. And exhale out the mouth. Try to bring your breath as far down as you can. Shoulders relaxed. Face muscles relaxed. Inhale through the nose. Hold your breath. And exhale out the mouth. And one last time. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. And exhale out the mouth. So you did that 10 times. And your heart rate should have lowered. You should be feeling much more relaxed. This can be done early morning. You can do it part of your meditation ritual. You can do it part of your prayer ritual. Actually, the 4-7-8 breath, that's what it's called, and you can look this up. It actually is great for people who suffer with insomnia or you're restless. So it's a great and easy thing to do if you're having trouble going to sleep or you will wake, so your sleep is disturbed and then you have, trouble falling back to sleep. You can do this quick exercise in bed, and it will, some of you may have experienced already while doing this breathing, that the sensation to yawn, right? So the desire to yawn, that's because you're breathing in properly and that oxygen is getting to the brain. And so it's really a simple way, inexpensive way to bring us back to center, to be able to focus and handle stress. Does that mean that stress will go away? Stress will not go away. But your body's reaction and how you respond to that stress will be more controlled. Okay, so that's about it with the breathing exercise, Myrna. Thank you again for having me.
Okay, thank you, Michelle.
Welcome.
I want to mute you. Okay, share. So this is basically a snapshot of the exercise that Michelle just walked us through. Thank you. That was amazing. That was very relaxing and very simple to follow. So if anybody wants a copy of the slides, please email me. I will send them out to you, and also a copy of the recording. But basically, this is what we did. It was a 4, 7, 8 breath, which is very simple. And as Michelle said, you could do this at any time just to bring yourself back to center. So in terms of 10-minute meditation, as she said, is very quick and easy, and it helps with your stress, rebalancing your mind, body, and spirit. And it's inexpensive, and you just have to remember to breathe. Right, Michelle? So if you wanted to know more about Michelle and her business, you could pretty much reach her here. Michelle, do you want to just talk a little bit about some of the other things you do?
Yes, sure, definitely. So quickly, I just noticed you have my old
Sorry.
Sheet. That's okay. So I work from home in Yonkers, and what I have is 3 weekly programs that I run continuously. So Reiki Circle is it incorporates like what we just did, the breathing exercise. It's a Reiki meditation circle, and that's open to anyone. Tarot and Tea is a program I do with their tarot cards. Think of it, I think in simple terms, as fortune telling. So that's for women only. And then I also have another program for women. It's called a Women's Healing Circle. And so we cover a lot of women topics, and we actually incorporate techniques to bring the relaxing, like something similar to what I just showed you guys. Aside from that, I have services in psychic card readings, dream interpretations, Reiki, which is energy healing. It's a Japanese technique that I am certified in. And you have, I also provide energy clearing and chakra therapy and chakra balancing, crystal therapy and chakra balancing. And that can be provided by appointment in my home once the restrictions are lifted, but also can be provided virtually or remotely. So I offer those services by appointment only, Monday through Saturday. People can reach me through email at purplelotuszen@yahoo.com. You can follow me, Purple Lotus Zen, that's the name of the business, Purple Lotus Zen at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm also on Meetup. And right now, because of all the restrictions here in New York and people losing their jobs, I'm allowing for my services to be provided, of course, remotely and virtually at half off. Yeah, I think it's very important that it's needed, and I do understand everyone's financial stresses as well. So thank you, Myrna.
Okay, thank you. So that was just a glimpse of meditation and some of the other holistic things you can do. Another thing which is in relation to meditation and mind-body connection is positive affirmation. So affirmations are just basically statements that can help you overcome negative thought. And if you repeat them often enough, it actually starts to change your mindset in a more positive way. And once you change your mindset, you will reduce your stress level. So this is one of the affirmation which I like because it covers your mind, body, and spirit. So it's very simple. Every cell in my body vibrates with energy and health because we are made of energy as well. Loving myself heals my life. I nourish my mind, body, and soul, and my body heals quickly and easily. So these are just some of the things you can do. This is just a simple affirmation that you could say just to start training your mind to think differently. In terms of basically, just to summarize what we went through today, I know it was a lot of information, but the take-home point is, I mean, the stress does affect your body in a lot of different ways, and there are things you can do right now to mitigate a more calm and peaceful state of mind and deal with our situation as it is. So, exercise, try to eat healthy, practice mindfulness and meditation, and gratitude is also very important. Aromatherapy, there's herbal teas, the supplements. Music is great. It changes your mindset because frequency of sound actually does help your overall well-being as well. You could journal. I mentioned sleeping more, take a break, and laughter is great. Joke around, watch something funny, talk to someone if you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious. And if you need additional help, please seek help. So just a few last minute tips. As I said, focus on the things you can control. Allow yourself to rest and take care of your body and your spirit. Stay informed with the news, but don't be obsessed. Like, just check it just to get updates. Maybe one time a day, read through the highlights, and that's it. And just be mindful of each other, stay connected, and eventually things will get better. So, and this is some of the resources. I also provide health and wellness coaching, and you can reach me on my website. There's several different packages if anyone's interested. And also, based on the other services I have, there's vitamins and supplements and herbs that I mentioned throughout my series. And these are some of the resources in New York and New Jersey for crisis intervention. If you need more help and you feel overwhelmed, so you could reach, New York City and in New Jersey, there's the mental health cares hotline. So these are some important numbers and resources that can be useful. And I just want to say thank you to Bronze House and Ari. Thank you, Michelle, Tamika, for helping putting this series together. And next week is our last webinar. And we're basically going to do a summary and a review of everything we discussed. So if anyone have any questions for any of us, I'll open up the mic, and we're welcome to answer any of your questions. Are there any questions or comments? Let's see. The Q&A. Okay. All right, I don't see any questions coming through, so I just want to say thank you to everyone, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week for our next final webinar series. Okay. Okay, we will end.